Okay. Okay. What insurance is needed for a U-pick farm? So oftentimes with U-pick farms, a farm liability policy is going to be the basic policy that you need, but you usually need a special endorsement. An endorsement is basically a sheet of paper at the back of the policy that either adds or subtracts from the coverage. So you need a U-pick endorsement, which will add coverage for the U-pick operation. Because U-pick can be substantially more risky than just owning a farm where people don't visit, it can add to the price of the policy, obviously. Okay. Trading, buying, and product. Let's see, how does this happen? Well, here's my story for you. So let's say we have Farmer Bill, and he hates growing tomatoes. You know, he's got blight problems that always seem to crop up, and he hates all that green gunk that gets on his hands and arms and makes him itch. So he decides he's going to arrange with a neighbor to trade, 4 or 5 weeks worth of tomatoes, eggplants, and potatoes from Farmer Jill down the road. And in return, Farmer Bill is going to give her, the same number of weeks worth of lettuce, salad mix, and herbs, because he's really good at those things. He grows them really well. And it's working really, it seems like a really good thing. Many farmers are doing this. But I'm here to say, of course, that this does have legal implications, and we should think about these going forward. But before we get there, are you guys, doing what it's been my understanding that many farmers around the country are? We have a poll here. Do you take in product for your CSA? Our options are yes, a significant portion, or yes, but just some, yes, but just a bit, or no, you grow everything that you distribute. I've heard of some farms that don't do sweet corn because, they can't keep it away from the deer and the raccoons or things like that, or the lettuce issue, those sorts of more delicate greens that farmers are having trouble with. Okay, so we have a very small percentage who use some from other farms, but then there's a good 30% that use a bit from other farms. And maybe you guys fit in the, just one or two crops that don't work well for your farm. But definitely 62%, that's 2/3 of you don't. So perhaps this will help you sleep at night, that you're avoiding these problems, or give you something to think about if you decide in the future to take in product. Okay. Unfortunately, once you take in another farm's product, you may have altered your insurance situation. A farm liability policy covers farm activities, but you have to read the definition of farm in your policy because it might be limited only to products grown on that farm. So oddly enough, once your farm operation takes in product that you didn't grow, you don't become a farm anymore for the purposes of the farm liability policy. At that point, you have a commercial operation, and then you would lose coverage for, injuries and all the other things that you're buying farm liability policy for. So that's a real bummer. You can check the definition of farm in your policy if you happen to have it. Unfortunately, insurance agents often don't hand out the entire policy. They just give you the